In 1968, during the Vietnam War, a Green Beret platoon's leader radios for help and reports that the rest of the team is missing in a remote jungle valley while on a classified mission. Suddenly, he and his partner is attacked and killed by an unknown predator. In an American camp, a Vietnamese woman tells the American soldiers that a feathered demon took her husband, but they don't believe it. They scan a truck with unknown containers and find high level of radiation. They call their commander, Colonel Jericho, and informs him about it. Colonel Jericho then asks for the Vulture Squad. Meanwhile, the Vulture Squad moves like shadows through enemy territory, silently eliminating guards as their sniper picks off threats from afar. Once the base is secured, they sweep the compound and discover 3 American captives already dead, with 2 survivors locked inside a cage. Moments later, helicopters arrive to extract them. The squad then receives word their next mission has already been assigned. Moments later, the Vulture Squad touches down at a remote American camp. Its centerpiece, a massive cage holding a furious, pacing tiger. Jericho meets them with a grave expression, explaining that an entire team has vanished in a nearby valley. Their assignment: slip into the valley, scout the area, and locate the missing men so helicopters can move in for extraction. When the squad presses for more information, Jericho shuts them down. Classified. Later, Jericho pulls Baker aside. He warns the Vulture leader to keep his men in line and promises that if this mission succeeds, those old accusations shadowing Baker's record will quietly disappear. That evening, the Vulture Squad lifts off toward their next operation. Mid-flight, alarms shriek across the cockpit. The pilot tells them that the weapon systems are going down. Still, the bird holds steady enough to keep them airborne. They're dropped near the edge of a dense jungle. They find massive bird-like footprints, big enough to dwarf any species they know. Nearby, scattered in the undergrowth, lie enormous feathers that seem to match the size of the tracks. Then they stumble upon a torn backpack. Inside, a map marking a research station, and a notebook with a chilling scrawl, "We are being hunted." The squad decides to follow them. Venturing deeper into the jungle, they sense movement in the brush, accompanied by strange, echoing cries. Suddenly, something grabs Baker's leg and drags him across the jungle floor. Baker fires wildly until the creature releases him and vanishes into the shadows. The team converges on him. Shaken but alive, they push forward into the waiting jungle. Meanwhile, a Russian unit called the Dogs of War is also searching the jungle for the missing Americans. They force Conan, a Vietnamese guerrilla fighter, to guide them. Along the way, they find freshly fired bullet casings, so they tell Conan to follow the trail. As they move deeper, they hear strange noises. The soldier at the back doesn't notice a dinosaur hiding in the bushes, and the creature suddenly lunges out and bites him with its powerful jaws. When the others find his body torn open, they assume the Americans attacked him. Back with the Vulture Squad, they move forward while talking about the strange possibility that real monsters might be in the jungle. When they find a huge claw on the ground, some of them think about turning back and pretending they saw nothing. But Baker spots a piece of a soldier's uniform and decides they must continue. They enter a cave and are shocked to find the bodies of the missing team, torn apart by something very large. As they move deeper, they are suddenly attacked by a pack of Deinonychus, forcing the soldiers to run for cover and fire back. In the chaos, Baker and Vern rush into a narrow tunnel and get separated from the rest. They follow the passage until they exit the cave and begin climbing some vines to escape. A dinosaur spots them and tries to grab Baker, but he shoots it before it reaches him. More dinosaurs arrive, but the creatures can't jump high enough, so the two keep climbing until they reach the top. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad manages to escape the cave too. They hear movement and freeze in shock as a massive dinosaur walks past them. After following the trail, Baker and Vern find a giant dinosaur sleeping among the skeletons. 3 baby dinosaurs cry out, waking their huge parent. Baker and Vern run for their lives, firing back to slow it down. They try hiding, but the dinosaur still finds them. Meanwhile, the rest of the team crosses a river and worries about Baker and Vern, but they can't go back to the dangerous cave hearing strange noises. They continue moving. Baker and Vern are still chased through a valley until they hide behind a fallen tree. Baker throws a grenade to distract the dinosaur, then they run again until they reach a cliff and jump into the water. The dinosaur falls in too. Baker carries an unconscious Vern to shore, where they meet Sophia. She helps revive Vern and says their team is probably dead, then takes them to her lab. Both groups continue through the jungle, quietly moving past many different dinosaurs. Key's group even walks beside some huge herbivores. Sophia brings Baker and Vern to the research station where she's lived alone for a year. When she gives herself an injection, the soldiers get nervous, so she explains everything. A Russian general named Borden murdered everyone who knew about the project and has been building a collider nearby. Vern reaches their camp on the radio, and Baker takes over. He tells Jericho about Sophia, the collider, and even the dinosaurs, demanding rescue for the rest of his team. Jericho doubts the dinosaur part, but orders his men to check on Borden. When he remembers a huge fang found in the forest, he starts to believe it. Sophia, Baker, and Vern then leave the station to search for their missing teammates. The rest of the vultures cross an open field when Russian soldiers suddenly shoots at them, hitting Keyes in the leg. The vultures fight back. Sophia, Baker, and Vern hear the gunfire and head toward it. Both sides hide and shoot without hitting much, until huge flying dinosaurs appear overhead. The soldiers panic and start firing at the creatures. One dinosaur lands, kills a Russian soldier. The remaining Russians use the chaos to escape. The vultures carry Keyes into the jungle, while the last two Russian soldiers hold off the dinosaurs and then regroup with Conan. Once the vultures get far enough away, they stop to bandage Keyes' wound. Baker's group finds the vultures, but the team is cautious around Sophia because she's Russian. Before they can talk, a pack of small dinosaurs bursts from the bushes. The soldiers shoot many of them, but the creatures keep coming. In the chaos, one dinosaur sneaks up and drags Keyes away. Keyes is dropped near a tree and surrounded. He fights them off with a branch, but one jumps on him from above. He pushes it off and stands to keep fighting when suddenly all the small dinosaurs run off. A larger predator appears, knocks him down, and crushes him repeatedly. Hearing his friends approaching, Keyes stabs the big dinosaur in the neck. The creature screams, and the vultures arrive, shooting until it flees. They rush to Keyes and treat his injuries. Sophia says they should leave him, but Baker refuses. That evening, the group reaches Sophia's building and lays Keyes on a table to treat his pain. Baker notices Sophia slipping away and finds her injecting herself. She's an addict. She explains that the dinosaur outbreak was an accident. Her husband was a nuclear scientist and she was a paleontologist. The Russian army sent them to test a dangerous collider meant to create a wormhole for invading the US. But Borden rushed the project, it malfunctioned, and a portal to the past opened, letting dinosaurs into the present. The soldiers then killed the whole team except Sophia, who wasn't inside at the time. Borden abandoned the lab and is now building a new collider in the mountains. Later that night, a dinosaur appears outside the building. They try to stay quiet, but are forced to shoot it when it finds a window. More dinosaurs gather, and the vultures fire non-stop from the windows. One creature breaks the door, another smashes through the roof, and the team struggles to hold them back. Sophia tells them about a back exit to the docks. Keyes, badly injured, knows he can't escape, and tells the group to leave him. Stovall shares one last cigarette with him before the team escapes. When the dinosaurs break in, Keyes detonates 2 grenades. From the docks, the group sees the explosion, mourns Keyes, and then gets on a boat. The next morning, the team continues upriver. Baker tells them about the second collider, and they decide to destroy it. Sophia tries to warn them but passes out from withdrawal. When she wakes, she explains they can't blow up the collider or it could destroy the world. They need to shut it down manually. As the soldiers admire nearby dinosaurs, Sophia tries to steal another injection. They struggle, the syringe falls, and a dinosaur jumps from the water and snatches it. Baker scolds her and gives her cigarettes to help with withdrawal. Stovall watches the creature eat smaller dinosaurs on the shore, but the others won't let him shoot it. Feeling hopeless, he considers ending his life, but Baker talks him down. After hours on the river, they reach a foggy area. On land, they find many dead bodies. As they move through the thick fog, a pack of small dinosaurs ambushes them. A brutal fight breaks out with guns, knives, and fists. Watching his friends get hurt, Stovall snaps. screaming and shooting at the creatures. He runs ahead to draw them away and reaches the riverbank, firing until he has only one bullet left. Hearing Key's voice in his head, he uses the final round on himself. The dinosaurs then gather to eat his body. That night, the team reaches the Russian base. Baker radios Jericho the location, but Jericho orders them not to go near it because it's a national security site. Baker pretends the call is breaking up, acts like he heard approval, and asks for rescue helicopters before cutting the line. The vultures move in quietly, killing guards around the walls. While most of them plant explosives, Sophia and Baker sneak to the center of the base. They see that the surviving Russian dogs hate Borden for letting dinosaurs overrun their homeland. When the dogs almost turn on him, other soldiers drag them away. Sophia and Baker knock out 2 guards and free the dogs, who agree to help nearby. Russian troops shoot a baby tyrannosaurs, only for its parents to show up furious. The massive dinosaurs storm the base, smashing vehicles, killing soldiers, and throwing bodies around. Borden runs to hide, and Baker's group tries to follow, but has to wait for an opening. In the chaos, one of the dogs, Conan, sees Vulture Miller, the man who killed her family. They fight under a vehicle until Miller triggers the bombs. The explosion kills both him and Conan and scares off the dinosaurs. Inside the main building, the group reaches the lab. They kill one scientist who tries to stop them, and Sophia begins shutting down the collider. The others join her, but Borden shows up with a gun. Baker shoots him first, and Sophia refuses to finish him, saying she wants to be the better person. She cuts a cable, shutting down the collider. Then the backup power turns on, and Borden disappears. Suddenly, more raptors attack the base. The vultures throw smoke grenades and fire, but the creatures break into the lab, killing one of the dogs and then Borden. Sophia leads the survivors to a back door, but they're chased again. One vulture is grabbed and eaten, and the rest run. They reach a ladder, and Baker sacrifices himself to hold off the raptors. Outside, Jericho and helicopters are waiting. When dinosaurs charge out of the base, everyone opens fire. Flying dinosaurs join the fight, and many soldiers die, but the choppers give enough cover to hold them back. As the vultures' explosives finally bring the base down, the survivors run to the helicopters and escape. During the flight, Jericho scolds them for destroying the collider instead of capturing it. But Sophia warns it's already too late. The shutdown has caused dinosaurs to appear outside the jungle, and the world may face disaster next. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to my channel for more recap videos.